Welcome to another Sweet Bee. As you can tell, it is a little different tonight. My name is Lauren Light, and this is James Carroll.
Hello.
It's the 1-year anniversary, and we're turning the show on its head. So stick with us. This is going to be a fun show you guys won't want to miss.
All right. Somebody's already excited. It's going to be great. So like she said, I'm Lauren Light, and this is James Vincent Carroll. And I'm very honored to... This is also Lauren Light, and this is James Vincent Carroll as well. So we are very excited about the events that are about to take place. It's going to be awesome, and we'll be telling you more about it in a little while. But first, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you all the way from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Neville's Quarter.
Ready?
Yeah.
Feel free to howl along, folks. This is called Howling at the Moon. Oh, I guess I should plug in, huh?
Oh, yeah, good idea.
You ready for me? Here we go. Gather here tonight under a full moonlight in search of words that just might renew our inner light. We fight back all the excuses, keep us stuck in our homes feeling useless. We take a risk and step into the dark in search of some kind of spark. And now we're howling at the moon, howling at the moon, howling at the moon. Life can change on a dime, it can go flying by. Please don't dare waste your time, you only get one life. Look in the eyes of another, without presumption, just admire the wonder. Have courage to pull back the covers, discover hearts that beat like thunder. It's no wonder we feel so alone. Take someone's hand, help them carry their load. Let's shed our exteriors of stone. Let's open the door, let's pick up the phone, 'cause we're howling at the moon, howling at the moon, howling at the moon. Can you feel it, you feel it, you feel it? Can you hear it, you hear it, you hear it? It's in your spirit, your spirit, your spirit. Don't you fear it, you fear it, you fear it. It's a sight, don't try to hide, try to hide, try to hide. Enjoy the pride, and hold your head in the sky. 'Cause we're howling at the moon, howling at the moon, howling at the moon.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Many wolves and many moons. It's very bright up here. It's
We're
great
so
to be here.
we're so happy to be here at Professor B Studios for the 1-year celebration.
Yeah, there's nothing like playing here.
Thank you for howling along with us out there in the world. We're gonna play you a slower one this time. This is called Other Side of the Road. There's gotta be more to life than this rusty old bloody knife I found sticking in my back about 1,000 times before. There's gotta be more to this. What's my purpose? Why do I exist? I'm teetering on the edge and everything seems hopeless. There's a dark side, I've seen it before. There's a very dark side, I've been down that road. But I'm back now and I found hope on the other side of the road. So many years I've been here, tried to live my life without any fear. Got pain in my back and you stood by to watch me bleed. And still I'm filled with regret. I've got nothing to show for all my sweat. So many friends I left behind, I hope I don't forget. But now I'm not afraid of anything. I found my voice so now I can sing. So much joy and happiness you'll bring when you treat yourself like the king. 'Cause that rusty old bloody knife can penetrate your crown. And I can hear my people singing, singing out in hope and desperation, imploring and begging for someone to hold them tight. They pray that there's more to life, and I promise you that they're right. Just close your eyes and take a step across the road. 'Cause there's a dark side, I've seen it before. There's a very dark side, I've been down that road. But I'm back now and I found hope on the other side of the road. Yes, I found hope on the other side of the road.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, Neville's Quarter, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. That was fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
I don't say the word fabulous a lot. I just want you to
okay.
know that. You know, so you played one of my favorite songs, which was the first one, "Howling at the Moon."
Oh, cool.
And I think I heard some howls from the back.
Yeah.
Some of them may or
Thank
may
you
not
for-
have been me. If you heard a basset hound, that was probably me, actually. But I think it was more of a kind of thing. But rumor has it we've got some special guests coming up.
Definitely.
Later, they may have been howling as well.
Yeah, I'm excited
we'll
about
see.
them.
So Neville's Quarter, you've been on the show before.
Yes,
And,
it was one of our favorite experiences in our music career so far, I would say.
Amazing to play.
And you have your own show.
Oh yeah, we do a Facebook Live streaming. It's a lot less fancy than this. We just use a cell phone, but it's in our living room. It's great.
It's definitely
We like to laugh that we get front row seats to some of the best songwriters every Wednesday in my living room.
Right.
So,
And
Laugh
so,
like this. Ha ha ha. We're the best. We got the best
and
situation.
anybody that's watching tonight, make sure you go back to the back catalog of this show and check out their show, as well as Lauren and myself and many other people. So one question I have for you, if you don't mind, is how did you meet Mike from Professor B's
how did I
studios
meet
here?
Mike? Probably stalking the Couldn't Be Happiers. To be honest.
We don't stalk each other, do we? Lauren, do we stalk each other?
No, of course. Social media. What is that?
Social media.
Yeah.
So
I think I saw that they were going to be playing with Mike, and then I reached out to Mike. I'm pretty sure, or it was the other way around. The Couldn't Be Happiers might have told Mike about us. I don't know.
we keep talking about the Couldn't Be Happiers. I mean, who is that? Are they here? Is that what's?
I don't know. You'll
Yeah.
have to
It's a
stay
state of
tuned
being
to
about
find out.
Everyone who's in the room around them, I think.
Couldn't be
That's how it
happier.
works, right?
Right,
We all
right.
couldn't be happier.
And so, and I love the dynamic you have together. I was telling Brian earlier that I wore out your CD for about 3 weeks. Listened to it over and over. You have a lot of clever lyrics, a lot of lyrics that make people laugh and make people feel good. which is very different in kind of a darker world, you know.
Yeah.
So, but not to steal the glory here, but tell us about what it is you do. What do you bring to this music with this beautiful instrument, and how do you feel it when you're doing it? Because I watch you and I'm just like, man, I wish I could even learn to do that.
Yeah, me too. I'm learning every day. I bring, violins. They're the human soul is in a violin. We all recognize that, right? It wails, it feels emotions,
Right.
it brings it out.
It's almost
We all
like it can
recognize
laugh and cry.
It can laugh and
Yeah.
cry, yeah. It can even, bark like a dog on our dog song. I definitely imitate a bark, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So I guess before we go any further, is there anything that maybe you would want to say to Mike?
To
here?
Mike,
Yeah.
thank you so much for having us,
Congratulations
Mike.
on creating
and
this amazing
yeah.
establishment.
Yeah, and here's to 20 more years.
20
20 more years.
I like that after 1 year, we're just setting our sights on 20 years. Seriously. Thank you guys so much for playing those two songs, and give it up. Yeah. Give it up at home in your couch. It's great. So, as you can tell, this show is definitely not scripted, as you can tell, like most shows are. So we thought it would be fun. About 2 weeks ago, if that, Mike set us down on the couch and said, hey, James Lauren, would you like to just pretty much take control of my show? Which is a dangerous thing to do. And we said yes. So one thing we wanted to do is kind of actually take you behind the scenes. So what I'd like to do right now, if we could actually turn on the lights, for a year, you have seen this side of the stage. So let's actually go behind scenes. And Mike, can I actually get you to explain the whole process? As I have my cord mic. Hi,
We're gonna
Mike.
go that way. Hi.
Hi.
Let's-
I don't know
let's
where
go- yeah,
I'm
come this way.
going. All right.
I got you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to start the process. So what
Okay.
I wanted you to tell us, what all goes behind scenes? Like, what is all happening as these people are performing? You're doing the interviews.
A lot. First of all, thank you guys for taking this on, because I know that as fun as it may initially seem, it's also a little bit daunting, just because there's a lot of moving parts, and that's kind of what we're talking about now. Is as we stand back here, I mean, I come from the technical world primarily as an audio engineer background, and so this is kind of where I started in the technical stuff. So this is Tyler, who's mixing for us tonight, and mixes for us as often as I can get him here. But basically, everything that makes sound in the room has to come through here. So whether it's a person speaking, an instrument playing, or anything, he's driving what goes to the broadcast, what goes to our multi-track, what comes back to the musicians through the monitors. It's kind of like one of those most important members of the band kind of thing, because if he's not doing his job, nothing sounds good. And so everything goes through there. So lodge all complaints with Tyler Keaton no, I'm just kidding. And so that's what's going on here is he's mixing. There's a lot more to it than that. I don't want to sell it short, but at the same time, I don't want to bore everybody with the technical of where we could go with that. Behind him is Chris, who is switching video and also produces our show. And so Chris is the one who is famously known for his countdowns and cueing us in, that when he's not here, other people try to emulate, which has only happened once. And he learned his lesson from missing a show. And Jill covered for him that week, and we'll get to Jill in a second, though. But Chris, so he's switching video. He's also monitoring the stream, watching our audio inputs that Tyler's sending him, also checking basically what's called the health of the stream, which is, are we staying at a constant bit rate, and what are we broadcasting and all that kind of stuff, but also queuing all of our videos that play in between things, all of our hold screens, and then picking what camera angles to go to at what time. So that's kind of what happens back in this corner. And then between the two of them, they also tag team changing the lights.
So just a few things happen.
So there's just a couple of things over
just
here.
a few things.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
So that's-
actually
yeah.
kind of go on. I'll be a Vanna White right
Following
now.
you, yeah.
Come on. All right. See, people should never give me chords. This is why I'm so clumsy.
Okay, do you want me to just you take the microphone. I've got
Bless
one. We're
bless
just gonna
y'all.
make sure you can get around without tripping or falling or anything.
All right, so another MVP. Let's introduce her.
Okay, so
And life And
Yeah,
here,
see,
too.
this is, I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
This is,
Brooke is on camera.
I know. So
Exciting.
So the area, first of all, back here is where we have all of our camera operators. We usually run 3 cameras. Occasionally we'll run a 4th. A typical show is 3, though, and we've got kind of a wide shot, a medium shot, and then a tight shot or a close-up. Jill is, are you videoing, Brooke videoing you?
Yeah.
Jill,
She was like,
Jill is currently running the close-up shots, and normally that's what she does when she's here. It's also my wife, so I have to be very careful about what we say from critiques and that kind of stuff. But she is usually running the camera that is on me during the interviews, and so she's the one that tells me to sit up straight or turn a certain way or quit slouching or, you know, or whatever. And
are you
yeah.
going to slouch like that during the
And-
interview?
and so-
Because I need to know how to frame this.
Pretty much that, yeah.
Every week.
And then when she's not here, Brooke happily takes that job, who's actually manning the camera that we're being shot with right now. And so, Chris, I don't know if you can kind of jump to Jill so that they can see Brooke, but Brooke's on the other one. And then the third camera is just kind of the wide. It's just kind of a fixed. It stays doing what it does. And so that's kind of all of this routes up through cables in the ceiling, goes across kind of the control room and lets everybody back there do what they do.
That's so cool. And did you guys think that you would be getting this whole entire backstage? That's so cool. This whole backstage views.
Yeah. I didn't know what we were going to be getting.
No, and that's the thing too. Mike had no earthly idea what we're gonna do. So we're gonna
Yeah.
continue on this path of surprises.
Are we?
We're gonna continue on it.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely. Do you have anything else you want to say about here, or anything you would like to say to your crew as well?
Well, I mean, I thank them as often as I can, which is still not often enough. But I mean, it's one of those things that from a very early point, I tried to design a show and a setup that could be done by myself if everybody bailed, but that I had no desire to do. But when we first started the show, it was also really only designed to go about 3 months, and then it was going to stop. So a year later, and a minimum of a 5 to 8 man crew, it's become something that
Crazy.
it's become something that I can't do. Like if it was a 1 man crew, everybody would know it. It would be very different. The other kind of people behind the crew side of it that aren't physically doing something that are in the shots right now are, number one, my son Logan, who's hiding in another room. He was on the stream where we kind of introduced everybody and talked about everybody, and he's just smiling from another room like he doesn't want to be in here. But he shoots a lot of our behind-the-scenes stuff, and then like the pre-roll stuff that we show when we're getting ready and all that kind of stuff was all shot by him. So he does all that. And then someone who's become just completely invaluable is Amy. You have to come this way. Is Amy, who makes me not sound like an idiot on social media and handles all of our very well thought out countdown stuff, helped organize what we're doing today and that kind of stuff. So not just from a crew standpoint as far as who's technically making it happen right now, but also the other moving parts. Also the other moving parts are people like that. And then we've got a few people who also aren't here tonight who kind of, we sub out some people here and there.
Gotcha.
I think that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. All right.
I don't know what to say because I don't know what's next.
No. And I'm just going to tell you, because this is an impromptu show, I was assuming the next band was already getting on stage. So I kept trying to do sign language. See, obviously, I'm not usually the host of this thing, but today he let me be the host. So I'm going to take a few seconds to actually talk about our next guest. I'm very, very excited. We actually already talked about them a little bit, and their name speaks for itself. They are some of the brightest, cheeriest. Is that a word? Cheeriest. One of the best humans that I know. And this is actually going to be the Couldn't Be Happiers. Are you guys ready? We are. Sure. All right. Let's do this.
Ooh,
Jody is the cheery part.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'm pretty grumpy on balance.
I did come up with the name, though.
Hey, real quick before JVC and Ms. Lauren Light get up here to interview us, I got to say we've had Mike Bennett do several projects for us, and he's not only talented and organized, he's inspirational and has become quite a good friend, and he and his wife Jill are some of the best people I've ever known, and I'm so grateful to have them as a videographer and friends and family.
Yeah. And they're incredibly patient with us when they're doing projects.
I'm not easy to work with.
I will say, I remember this back when this wall was just a brick wall, and we did our first music video here, just a live take of Full Shark Blues right here. And it's so different now. It's crazy.
This is a brand new song. We've played it live once, and
Yeah,
now
and
we're doing this.
We just wrote it, so we'll remember the words, right?
We'll figure it out. I got fascism on my television, and I hate the sound of my own voice. I wish I was funny, yeah, by choice. I got fascism on my television, and I care more than anybody do. I sit around doing nothing, yeah, that's true. 'Cause I can't go anywhere without you. Yeah, what are we to do? Can't make up my mind about how I wanna spend my time. There's so little of it left. Watching the dogs play, I don't wanna die, I beg just to stay. No further request. Yep. Got passion, but I don't have smarts. I read a lot, but I try too hard. Have not finished a book in God knows how long. I ain't that bright, but I got heart. Can't make up my mind about how I wanna spend my time. There's so little of it left. Watching the dogs play, I don't wanna die, I beg just to stay. No further requests. Can't make up my mind about how I wanna spend my time. There's so little of it left. Watching the dogs play, I don't wanna die, I beg just to stay. No further requests. No further requests. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
I think we're going to play one that Mike Bennett shot a video for, actually.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do this one. We actually, our first real music video that we got to shoot on the 10th floor of the old Reynolds Tower is now the Kempton Cardinal, and Mike came up with the idea and brought his whole crew and made something really beautiful that we love. So we're going to do this song. It's called Listen.
Listen to the rainfall. Listen to the rainfall. Rest your eyes, your heart, and the soles of your feet. Even tireless soldiers need sleep. Silence is violence in the morning. We will raise our voice. Locked arm in arm, fear no harm. Standing tall, we will rejoice. Singing this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Listen to the rainfall. Listen to the rainfall. Blood and tears will make the grass grow. Not tonight, but tomorrow. So listen to the rainfall. Listen to the rainfall. Let the breeze shake the trees, thunder rumbles heaven's battle cry. Don't be daunted by their songs, the gods, they are on our side. When you dream, dream of our triumphant celebration. Down on one knee while the crowd sings out the anthem. Listen to the rainfall. Listen to the rainfall. Blood and tears will make the grass grow. Not tonight, but tomorrow. So rock-a-bye, baby, in the pale moonlight. At dawn we fight. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You know I love you guys.
Hey, look who it is.
You got
Well, you get a hug too.
oh, just the high E off the button. That was great. So,
Wait, what about me?
oh, of course, always, both of you. So,
Say.
there's so much I could say about this guy in particular, but you're married to him, so you
I
can
know. Yeah.
You guys, the first question I'd like to ask you is something I've never asked you before, and I'm sure you've answered it a lot of times, but couldn't be happier. Other than just looking at you, okay, where did this name come from?
It was Jody's brainchild.
I mean, at first I said it kind of as a joke. We batted around all these ideas, and I was just like, oh, you know, because people would always talk about how happy we were, and so I thought it would be kind of funny. Couldn't be happier. And then people were like, yeah, we kind of like it, and so we were like, all right, let's use it.
I kind of thought people would be put off, like we were like rubbing it in their faces, which I think some do. And,
I think you do it well, though.
so thank you. Yeah, no, I couldn't be happier to be with Jody and get to play these songs. And there's a time in my life where I didn't have a lot of music in it until she came along. So It's made my life more full and more meaningful, and I couldn't be happier to do it. And I don't mean that glibly. So.
Wow, you should do a re-proposal right here. I mean, come on, man.
It's really sweet.
What's happening here? I can't take it. So I think I actually met you in that time, a long time ago, and it's awesome to see you with her. And every time I see a Facebook Live video pop up with these guys on it, I watch it because it makes me smile, And so, you've done the show before, as we said earlier, with Neville's Quarter. Which, by the way, I'd like to see a team up with you two and Neville's Quarter.
Quartet. It'd be Neville's Dollar.
Neville's Dollar
Yes.
Quartet Happiers. I don't know how you would do that with like four of you across the stage, kind of a Fleetwood Mac kind of thing.
There you go.
The Happy Dollar.
The happy. The names are unending, really. It'd be a different name every night, right? So, what would be the connection with the two of you and Neville's Quarter? Did you meet them through the show, or did you?
They invited us
Mike?
to do their
Facebook
show.
Live. Yeah. We drove up and met them, and actually, they're so sweet. I remember Alexa had gotten us sunflowers, so I brought home a couple sunflowers
for our wedding, right?
No,
for
both the first time and when they got us some for
she's
our wedding.
awesome.
I know,
And
so sweet.
Brian is just, the dude is just cranking out songs. Like, he's just a pure born songwriter.
Yeah.
He just cranks out, 6 a week or whatever.
He has a lot to say. That's a good
Yeah, that's right.
Since I have the stage real quick, I just want to thank you so much for everything you've done for us and everybody in the live music community here
Thanks
in
a lot.
Winston-Salem. You have connected people with venues, you've encouraged, you've mentored, and I think you've contributed to a live music atmosphere here in the Dash that otherwise would not exist without you. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. That's what this is about. I appreciate you saying that because now we can draw it back to why we're here, which is not me or Lauren, but Lauren Light's here, and that made me excited to know that you were going to be doing this. But
That's real
we've
star power.
all,
I know,
as
right?
local artists, there's just a few local artists in this room tonight, folks. Just a few. There's so many in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. A lot of people talk about Nashville and California, and there's great artists out there, as you know, I know. But we have something here that's super special, and Mike, right here at Sweet Bee, Professor B Studios, this is what he's doing. He is bringing all of us together. It's why we're here. It's why we get the chance to do this. And so, yeah, thank you, and thank you. We could pull an Oprah moment here, and you get a car, and you get a car. But
Can I get a car if I go out there?
you can have my car here. I'm not really sure how many miles you'll get out of it, but there you go, Jody. Have fun.
The JVC logo still on it?
No, I'm driving a different one today.
I was just going to exit out.
You could
and,
drive around my
scribble on the
CVH.
CVH.
All right,
So,
we love you, dude. Thank you so much.
Love you guys too. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
And Lauren, anything from you?
No, I'm actually going to I was letting James do the questions because he was doing so well. I was just like, this is enlightening. Go,
That's
go,
cool if I
go.
can have my keys back, 'cause I'm gonna need those.
Actually, you didn't win a car today, so if you would revoke that, that'd be great.
Just kidding, I need those.
So thank y'all so much for coming on and being a part of the 1 year. And speaking of a couple people that were not a part of this but wanted to say something, we actually have a little special video of just a couple people that've been on, and just wanted to give you a shout out of congratulations. So let's do that right now.
Mike, congratulations on 1 year with Sweet Bee. You've been an inspiration, motivation, and so many great things in the months that we've known each other. Congratulations. Keep doing it, big man. Proud of you.
Hey everybody, Sam Foster from Whiskey Foxtrot here. Congratulations on a year of Sweet Bee. Thanks for having us on the program and all that you do to support the scene. It goes not thanked enough. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you soon.
Mike Bennett, Professor B. Thank you for all you do to lift up creative people in your community. Your smile, your shaved head, your friendly disposition, your interest in musicians, and all creativity in what you do is above and beyond. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you so much. Much love.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, Mike.
You're the best. We love you. Thank you so much for all of the things that you've done for us over the past year and beyond a year. and the things that you have yet to do and help out with for us. You're a great friend and a talented guy, and we really appreciate you.
Ditto.
Hey, Mike, did you like the little bit of the video that you saw?
Yes, sorry, I realized what was happening kind of as it was starting, so I had to run over there and try to get a monitor volume up and stuff so I could watch it. It was amazing. That was a really good treat.
A lot of people in the area love you, and
So,
I'm glad you got to see that.
We're going to
bit.
keep them as ignorant as possible. So they can keep doing that.
I interrupted you. What were you
No,
going to say?
fantastic.
So you're not having to work as much tonight.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll let people think that.
We planned it so well, you didn't have to do a thing.
Not a thing. I'm
Not a thing.
standing off camera, just having
Chilling.
a cold drink and just waiting for whatever you guys need me to do next.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't mind, I'd like to
Go
ask you.
for
I
it.
think this is a
boy.
good time to do this right here on the spot.
Jeez.
I never remember where I meet people. Okay, and I meet a
Okay.
lot of people. Lauren meets a lot of people. You meet a lot of people. And thankfully for us, we for the most part love people. That's good.
We do.
So I think I met you at a place we all still wish was here, Wayward Brews.
Yes.
Is that
Actually,
right?
yeah,
Yes,
we
it
actually
is,
met
yeah.
there as well.
That's where,
So,
yeah.
the
that's where we all
triangle.
met. Yeah.
We met there too.
Yeah. Wayward Brews. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melanie, Amanda, just super sweet folks. And, it's amazing to me that we end up playing music in places like this, and then we meet people like you.
Yeah.
And so from your side of things, when you're in a place having a nice cold drink and just chilling out from the day, and you roll in and you see a girl or a guy playing music, what's going through your head from your point? You're also a musician, so you...
Oh man. What? It depends on how they're doing. No, it's no. Okay. So
I'm out of here.
In all honesty, my wife and I plan where we go out very carefully, and 80% of that decision is based around, is there going to be music and who's doing it? Whether it's someone new we want to check out or someone we know that we want to go support or just enjoy listening to or whatever it is, a lot of that decision is driven by, is there going to be an artist there doing something? So the venues and restaurants and places in Winston and the surrounding areas that get our business are those who are also supporting local artists. Not from a place of that being like an agenda-driven thing where it's like, I'm going to go farm artists for my show or do this or do that. It's because that's what we love. We're both musicians. We've both done live music. We've both played out in Winston-Salem comparatively a very little bit. But it's one of those things that for the places who go through the effort and put the importance on it and realize the importance that it has feeding back into what they're doing and that community and that group of people, that's where we go. So before I ever step foot in a place, those thoughts have already happened to make the decision about where we're going. Now, when we show up and they're playing, it's hard doing what you do not to somewhere in the back of your mind or not as far back as I'd like it to be sometimes be critical.
Well, you're very open about it.
I was trying to be nice, Jordan. So when I go see Jordan and Jody play,
All right, when I miss a chord, you cringe like somebody kicked you in the nuts.
okay. I can't really argue with that. No.
Do we love how unscripted this is?
Yeah.
I do.
And there's two pieces to that. There is something just hardwired in me that wants the people that go out and do it to have put in the work before they got there. Like don't and not that mistakes will never happen that good, but like you can tell the people who put in the work. I mean, you talk about the crowd interactions and the chemistry and that kind of stuff with the Couldn't Be Happier. You talk about how Brian's a songwriting machine and the stuff that they're cranking out. We were just talking a little bit ago about, he's like, I've got a ton of stuff that we just want to get recorded. Like we're just, this library and so the behind the scenes stuff that nobody ever sees before you have someone competing with a ball game that's on a TV screen somewhere, trying to entertain you and pouring their heart and soul out on a stage that a lot of times 90% of the people in the room could give a rip about. I want to be part of that other 10%.
Right.
And so that's a big piece of it. Fringe benefit. I also have a place where I can bring artists in and we can hang out and get to know them and introduce them to more people in the community and do that kind of stuff. And usually, in all honesty, usually that's the last piece of that puzzle is, do I think they're a good fit for the show? Could they come on? Would it be fun to sit down and talk to them and kind of be part of the community that's been growing here for the past year?
Amazing.
All of the other stuff happens before that, though.
Well, we all of us thank you for that.
No.
So,
It's, I mean,
everybody.
As you saw earlier, it's definitely not just me.
Yeah.
Definitely not just me.
So I love that we're talking about the whole first year.
Yeah.
Do you have any highlights?
I don't have a second one yet.
No, not yet.
Yet.
We'll talk about
Okay,
that.
fair
But
enough.
right now we're talking about season 1. Was there
Okay.
any just highlights, especially that this was the first
Oh.
year doing it? Was there any really high moments or really low moments or anything in between that you'd like to talk about and just kind of reminisce about?
Okay, sure.
You gave me I was your first guest.
I,
You gave
you
me
were, and
very
that's actually. I mean,
in-depth
I want to.
questions.
I kind of want to start there because when we first started this thing, and I've told this story a couple of times. I don't know if I've ever actually told it on the show, but I've told this story a couple of times. When we started this show, and it kind of comes from those days at Wayward. I had ended up hosting an open mic night there. And there was just this constant, like weekly, I was getting to meet new artists and work with people. And even if it's just running a couple of channels, we'd chat before, we'd chat after. And there was, all these artists that were in and around the area that were making the trek out of the downtown area to somewhere that was a little out of the way, which was part of the problem. And I hate that. But they were coming out and they were playing these open mic nights and I was getting to know people. And when that stopped and when I got this space, I was kind of sitting in here one day and I was like, man, I miss the weekly interaction with local artists. Mm. And so I went, you know what? We've got everything we need in the room except for like 2 pieces of gear to do a live show. I'm going to spend a little money. I'll call in some people and see if they want to volunteer a couple hours every couple weeks, and let's just see what'll happen. And so I sent out, I think the day I thought of it, I sent out 17 messages to artists I already knew. Mm. And I just went, here's this thing that we want to do. And my hope was like, this was in October. And so my hope was like, let's get 10 or so. It'll get us through Christmas. We'll do a Christmas special at the end. It'll be a good run. That was fun. We'll be done with it. I got up the next day and I had over 40 messages. Wow. And some of them were from artists I had never heard of before. And so we're 3 days into planning and I get a message from this duo, their names keep coming up, but they couldn't be happiers. And they're like, hey, we really want to be on your show. And I was like, hey, how'd you hear about my show? Because it kind of doesn't exist yet. Right. And so I don't know whose word got to who and how it all got around, but very quickly it kind of was like, oh, we're onto something. This is going to be bigger than we thought it was going to be. And so I reached out to Lauren and I was like, so we're doing this thing. And Lauren, a number of times, Lauren has very openly said, like, look, if you ever need a guinea pig, whether it's video stuff, photo stuff, whatever, and I was like, and I need a guinea pig. Right. And so let's, if you'll do the first one, I feel like conversationally it'll be safe. You're good on camera. You've done talking stuff before. I know kind of I'm comfortable with that. I know enough about you that I feel like we can talk for 15 minutes. I know you're going to bring good music. But like it was a very, and I don't mean this in an insulting way, it's a compliment, but it was a very safe start because I knew it was going to be good. Like I wasn't.
Or you just didn't do a bad job.
I could worry about the technical and not worry about anything that was going to happen on camera because I just wasn't. So that was really, we started on a very high point and it kind of set that bar of like, oh, this is what this could be. And that I watched that first one back a couple of times going, man, it could go this direction, it could go that. It could be a lot of things. So that was one of the high points. And then as artists just kept coming in, like, I mean, I could go individual highlight, but we're literally going to go every week. Yeah. Low points have always been technical stuff that has typically been an oversight on my part. Like I shoulder the blame. It was just a few weeks ago. I'm sitting in here and I'm interviewing somebody And the first, I don't know, 45 seconds to a minute of the interview, my mic wasn't on. Fortunately, I've got a great behind the scenes crew where they ramped up the other microphones that were out here to catch as much of my voice as possible, while somebody else of the team belly crawled behind me and reached up to cut my microphone on for me.
Got that on video.
I mean, but that's the thing, and that's why I love the crew, and they're all volunteer. I mean, they don't get paid to do this. They come and do it all the time because they do it. But like the low points have always been things that, like, an interview didn't go well because I didn't ask the right questions, or it did, like, it's been like I was just talking to somebody just before we started, like, the original vision for the show was never for me to be on camera.
We talked about that. So
So it was like I was never going to be the one interviewing. But we got like a few days before Lauren's show, and I was like, I never called anybody. Well, I'll do it, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And then after that, everybody was like, well, no, now it's you now. You have to do it.
Yeah.
You're so pretty. So thanks. It's the hair.
Your hair looks great today, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And so we went from that place where it was like, okay, this is the blueprint. Wasn't 100% out of the gate. It kind of was developed a little bit. So we had some low points along the way where we were figuring things out, whether it was lighting or camera settings or how we want to move things or how we want to structure stuff. For a long time, we just had just a still screen in between the interview and the performance. And I had my son start shooting a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And I literally just took all of his clips and crammed it together, put some music under it. And now that's our mid-roll stuff. So like all the stuff people are watching is that. So it's been stuff that we probably should have done from the get-go. And that's just the self-frustration stuff. Like all the low points are technical stuff that were oversights or that I didn't think of soon enough, if that makes sense. And then I guess the last high point is that it's still going. Like I had somebody call the other day and they were like, hey, are you booking for because we're booked through the rest of the year. And so they were like, are you booking for 2020 yet? And I was like, no, I've got to sit down with the calendar. So we're already 5 or 6 artists into 2020. I just don't have them on the calendar yet because it's just like, it's still going. So that's, highs and lows, it's rough because, they're all, this is something that I think all of the crew, I know definitely me, looks forward to every week because it's something we can go do there's no agenda to it. There's no profit that comes from it. It's literally, there's the business side of it where I feel like it's our live business card every time because it involves the social media aspect, videoing, lighting, live sound, broadcast. Like it involves a lot of the things that we do as services, but we just do it. It's kind of one of those things we do it because we can.
Yeah.
And it's fun. So like
Lauren and I were talking earlier about, those of us that play maybe too much sometimes.
Yes.
We love it. We do it because it's what we do for a living, and we're very thankful. But doing something like this is such an honor. It's such a pleasure to let go, right? Of being on the stage.
Recharge,
been on the
as they
stages.
say.
She was saying recharge. And again, personally, I just want to thank you again. When I was on your show, I loved it. It was it was easy. It was fun. It was comfortable. And I'm just very, very happy to know you, man.
Well, thank you.
So please keep doing
it. We will for as long as people keep showing up.
Let's bring more people in.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, and I think that's going to build, which probably leads me to my final question, actually. So, speaking about what's coming, season 2, what are we going to see?
Ooh, the easy.
Ooh.
Well, no, there's a lot of infrastructure things that were better, that were updating and changing and bringing along the way that makes things easier behind the scenes. We just invested in some more gear. We're running off of a new soundboard tonight, that kind of stuff. Like, so we've got some new lights running, that kind of. So there's things that are just making the show better that we can pour into as we go. There's been this constant pipe dream for like sponsorship, which is hard to do on the platform we're doing it now because we're not allowed to run ads and stuff. So there's a little bit of like, do we want to shift that or not? Do we want to wait until somebody says yes, that kind of thing? But the easy answer is more of the same. It's we like what we're doing for the most part. We like how we do it. We like who we get to do it with. So why change it? You know what I mean? So more of the same, more artists.
But more new faces as well, I think. Maybe.
Maybe.
Reappearing old faces?
Are you asking to come back on the show, Lauren?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, but I do have one other question.
Okay.
Are you ever going to perform on the show? 'Cause
No.
we talked about it earlier.
No, that's madness.
You guys, if in the comments, if you
No.
want Mike
I've
and
seen
his
them
group
live.
to play
They're fabulous.
and play some sax, you just put that in the DMs.
In the DM, yeah,
Just
DM
kidding.
Lauren if you no.
Nah, but do you have anything else you want to add as far as before?
No, I mean just a big thank you. I mean, I'm assuming that I'm not talking anymore tonight, but I have no idea. But I'm going to say this part now,
You never know.
and it'll make more sense in just a second. I very hesitantly, but also at the same time, somewhat confidently relinquish control of tonight to yourself and James and Amy. Not because I wanted it all to be surprises, but because I knew that if I did it, it would be a moment in the show and the rest of it would just be a normal show.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm excited that we made it a year, but for what I want it to be, it's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
And so you guys kind of, I don't know, have made me more excited about it than I was because I wouldn't.
The storyboard. It was the storyboard.
It was a storyboard that I still haven't seen. But I mean, but everything from a surprise thank you video to everybody showing up so early and being able to sit down and eat a meal together and like faces just keep rolling in. I know I saw Brett come in at some point. I think I saw John around. So like, I mean, there's just like people just kind of keep showing up and like it's confirming, I guess, to a degree.
Yeah,
like
no.
it's confirming, but it's also. I made the comment. Amy had messaged me something earlier, and I was like, I'm just not going to do the show. I was joking, but I was like, we're just going to cancel the show. I'm just not doing it. And I was just being flippant and being a jerk. And she was like, well, we'll just do it without you. and as fantastically Amy of a response as that was, I fully believe that would have happened, which is what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Nah, you have a good part into this, and I think that it's going to be going on and on.
I just pay
for a
rent on the
while.
space where we do it.
You're so funny, and everybody here, it just shows that you mean a lot to everybody. Your heart is seen, and we see it, and we give it back as well. So I just want to wrap that up.
Okay.
We love
Thank you.
We love
Thank
you.
you.
Lauren and I were happy to do
Thank you.
all of
I
this.
appreciate you being here.
So it seems all fitting to have my good friend James Carroll wrap it up for us, and then we're going to say a final goodbye. We're going to let him do 2 songs, and all right, you ready?
Maybe. All right. So here we are again. It's been a great evening. It's been an honor and so much fun to do something so different. I would like to thank Jordan from the Couldn't Be Happiers for letting me use his guitar and his capo. It allows me to play G, C, and D on every song. Phew, it's the only 3 chords I know. Sam Foster couldn't be here. I think we might have seen a video from him earlier in Whiskey Foxtrot. They've been on the show before. So I thought it would be great if I did a song that Sam and I wrote several years ago. And it's a happy little song called Miami Springs. This is verse 1. She said, I know it's hard, but I don't feel the same as I did before, and I can't change. You were the very best, but I can't stay with a man I can't love every day. So I flew all night just to get here. Warm, salty air to get my mind clear. And she's so far gone that I'll never be back home. It's so hard to move on. Yeah. raining all night in Miami Springs, and I almost bought another wedding ring. And if I had my way, she'd be right here with me, making love in my van just like it needs to be. We could drive into the city or down to South Beach, but it don't matter now, cause she's so out of reach. And I flew all night just to get here. Warm, salty air gonna get my mind clear. And she's so far gone, oh, I'll never go back home. It's so hard to move on. Oh, she wasn't trying to break my heart. Oh, and I can't help it, I'm gonna fall apart. There ain't nothing I could do to make her stay. I'll howl at that moon some other day. I'll tell you right now, sometimes you gotta drive all night just to get there. So I flew all night just to get here. Warm, salty air gonna get my mind clear. And she's so far gone, oh, I'll never be back home. Oh, it's so hard, you know, Lord, it's so hard. It's so hard to move on. Oh yeah. She said, I know it's hard, but I don't feel the same. Look out for Whiskey Foxtrot's brand new album. It's coming out soon. All right. Good for one more? Yeah. Good for one more? If everybody would, don't rush the stage. Try to stay where you are. It makes me nervous when that happens. Except for you, Jordan. Okay, maybe not. All right, this next song I'm going to do is one of my newer songs, even though it's about a year old. I want to dedicate it to Mike. I wrote it for a friend of mine named Ryan, who actually passed away a couple of years ago. And the reason I want to dedicate it to you is because, and I can't see you, I don't know where you are. You're right over there? All right, some people are pointing that way. The reason I want to dedicate this song to you is because this guy, Ryan, that I wrote this song about, he had the amazing gift and all the right opportunities of bringing all the right people together. So this song is called Raise a Ruckus, and I hope you'll understand why it's for you. It goes like this. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah. I walked into a bar one day, trouble on my mind. I said, make mine a double, but leave it all behind. A man sat down right next to me. He said, you're in the right place, 'cause round here we serve shots of love and lifelong friends are made. And I said, lift your glass here with me. Let's drink to the memories that bring us all together near and far. Cold beer and wine, my guitar, family is what we are. Around your favorite mason jar and raise a ruckus in this bar. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. Years will pass us by, and it's hard to believe. It feels like we just got here, and then it's time to leave. Those those songs we used to sing, and all the love you gave, the joy you brought to me. And I said, lift your glass here with me. Let's drink to the memories, bring us all together near and far. Cold beer and wine, my guitar, family is what we are. Pass around your favorite mason jar and raise a ruckus in this bar. Even when it's closing time and we hear that last call, I'll sing that verse again because I want to. I said, even when it's closing time and we hear that last call, we don't have to say goodbye at all. Oh, no, no. So come on, rip that glass here with me. Let's drink to the memories, bring us all together near and far. Cold beer and wine, my guitar, family is what we are. Pass around your favorite mason jar and raise a ruckus in this bar. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Raise a ruckus in this bar. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Raise a ruckus in this bar. D chord. Thank you. So, all right, we are almost finished with this beautiful, amazing episode. If Mike could come up here, please, for 1 second. And Lauren, if you could join us. Mike, I just want to give you a hug.
Stop it. That was beautiful, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lauren, any final remarks from you?
No.
Was her mic on?
All right.
Is my mic even on? Oh, it is on.
Yeah. Is it
no.
on now? All right.
Thanks so much for just letting us take over your show.
Thanks for taking over my show.
And thanks so much for just being a part of the community and making this community actually happen. So
Yeah, man.
thank you so much.
Once again. And so before we go, I think that it's only appropriate that we definitely want to know that next year is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Next year is definitely going to happen.
Just trying to
But
get
we
to
should say,
tomorrow.
right? I think we should say a big happy 1 year on the count of 3.
You ready?
1, 2,
Two,
3.
Happy 1 year! There was confetti, I promise you.
Somebody should do a belly crawl. and get it.
Melodramatic.
Yeah, we'll get all that. Oh, it's still happening. It's a fantastic. Okay. Man, what a night. Wow. No. Thank you to everybody. I mean, from those who helped organize to, as always, the crew, to the people who made the trek from other cities, to people who just came to watch and be a part of the night. Thank you. It goes to why we do this. I feel kind of bad for all of you that are watching on the stream, because I know the conversations that are about to happen, and they're going to be at least as good, if not better, than what just happened on camera. If I were able to use the platform for one semi-shameless plug, we are trying to grow both platforms, not just Facebook, but also YouTube. YouTube has kind of been a holding space for some videos and where we repost the show sometimes, but we are trying to grow that. And so, like, as much as it pains me to be the guy that says it, if you wouldn't mind, if you're watching or if you're in the room, we're not that far away from having enough subscribers to be able to do dedicated URL stuff and do some extra stuff on the channel as far as branding goes. So if you would go over, like it, and do all the bells and all the things that go with that, it really does help us do what we do in a very low impact way for you. It's not a financial ask. It's none of that kind of stuff. It's literally just go look for Professor B Studios on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a great deal. Outside of that, I mean, we'll be back in a couple weeks, business as normal, doing what we do to start pushing into the end of the year and into next year. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here.
Happy
That'll be a meme or something later. Thank you. Thank you for that. Chris, I think it's time to shut it down, man. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys again. Have a great night.